Google announcing that its Gemini AI model and Apple announcing its own AI framework just in the last week. And joining us right now with who's winning in the AI arms race is Stephen Levy. He's editor-at-large at Wired. And Stephen, did these new entries really shake things up, or are we still looking at the same old OpenAI as being the king of the crowd?
I still think OpenAI is at the top of the heap, but certainly they don't have the invulnerability they seem to have. Their lost weekend, I think, will have repercussions for some time. And while they're still the head, they're vulnerable. You know, there's so many competitors. And as you mentioned, some of the competitors are the biggest companies in the world.
When you look at the race at who can do what is the metric that we should be measuring all these companies by? How can we tell who's winning?
Well, I think besides users, you have to look at how these companies are getting it into products. Right now, OpenAI has a thing where you can go and basically just ask questions of GPT. You pay extra, you get the more powerful version. But I think the next thing we're going to see in the early part of next year is products that are tailored to use generative AI. Google released one just last week. I wrote about it, called Notebook LM, which is kind of an amazing way for writers and actually anyone who produces reports and written documents to take all your source material and then have a little GPT based on that. Now, OpenAI introduced its own little mini GPT framework, but they have developers working on that, and you have to wait for the developers to come out with that. Google has it built in. You could download it, and it's free.
Hey, Stephen, with the rollout of the Gemini model, though, with Google, the idea that they eventually had to admit that they edited some of the demo, does that mean it's just not ready for prime time, or does that just mean this stuff is going to be a work in progress the whole way through?
Google keeps stumbling over itself. It really should have owned this space. Google is an AI company. It always has been. They've worked very hard, and the big breakthroughs that created generative AI have come from Google. There were 8 people who created this idea called transformers. It's the T in GPT, and they all left Google. So I do have to think, though, that Google is going to right itself here, even with the silly stumbles like we just saw. Gemini I think is a sort of an advance in multimodal AI, meaning things like one application can do the visual and the text and movies and a lot of other things. So I think Gemini will be a power.
Real quickly, though, Sergey Brin, I hear, is entirely energized and really looking to try and win on this front. Is that what you're hearing? And ultimately, is this going to be who gets to hire the rare number of these engineers and computer designers or computer programmers who are really good at AI? That's a pretty rare commodity.
Well, look, Google is always going to be attractive, kind of player in recruiting talent. If you look at the people who contributed to Gemini, Google released kind of like a long list, and like there in the middle, you see Sergey Brin. He was writing code for Gemini. I don't think he's leading it. I don't think Sergey is ready yet to go back into the executive suite and do all the stuff that you have to do to be one of the leaders of Google. But definitely he's in there, and people listen to him. People still care about what he says, and he's still a pretty bright guy.
Stephen, we frame this as a race, but it would seem as if we're not necessarily talking about a competition where there's going to be one industry standard or there's going to be, maybe a winner-take-all type of product. Is it? I mean, it seems to me everyone's fighting their own approach, and then all products will kind of get faster and better as they always have, but maybe at an accelerated rate. Is that the wrong way to think about it?
No, I think that's right. Look, no one company is going to dominate. And actually, if you look, at the one company that might be best placed, we haven't mentioned Microsoft yet, and I want to correct that because Microsoft gets access to all of OpenAI's products and doesn't have to be OpenAI. They get the benefit out of it without the cost. So that's great for them. Their investment was $13 billion, and it's going to pay off many, many more times than that.